Hi there. You're back for another installment of the Live Radiantly show on YouTube. But before we get going, I'm just very excited. I have now an official shirt that says Live Radiantly on WMPG because that's how the show goes live. But I made this t shirt up in part because I'm going to be going to the farmers market starting early June here in Portland, Maine, in case you happen to be a local, to sell my book, Grow Your Glow, which is an art therapy and writing prompt journal for self-love. And since I do this show live on the local college radio station, I want to be able to meet my people who have been tuning in because here and there I'll be able to talk to somebody who knows the show, but I know that there's so many listeners who I've never met ever. And so it's kind of exciting. I just wanted to share that with you. But anyways, okay. So you're watching the Live Radiantly show, a talk show dedicated to guiding you through the challenges of life with creativity, curiosity, and a spark of imagination. My name is Stephanie McLeod-Estevez. I'm an art therapist and breast cancer survivor. I'm passionate about helping everyone, including myself, feel resilient and capable so that we can navigate the ups and downs of life and discover our unique radiance. After all, your radiance is how you identify what's possible so that you can move from surviving to thriving. Join me each week as I discuss thought provoking themes and then guide you through a live art therapy experiential so that you can explore how the theme impacts your life with the goal of understanding yourself better. While I do hope you'll walk away each week feeling inspired, please note that this show is not a replacement for therapy itself. I do hope that what I have to share will benefit how you see yourself, others, and the world around you. So today we're going to explore personality traits. We're going to look at extroversion, introversion, omniversion, and ambiversion because these kind of exist on a spectrum. And I'm sure you've heard of some, if not all of these terms before. And I'm excited to look at the spectrum because of how this influences how we recharge our batteries, right? Our energy levels. So it's important information to know. In the second half of this show, we'll do an art therapy experiential that will help you explore this theme. If you've never tried art therapy before, no worries. I'm going to guide you through it. And like everything else in life, it gets easier the more you try. A quick note, you can do art therapy by actually creating something on paper, of course, or by using your imagination. The good news is that both ways can benefit you. So if you're driving in a car or like me, cooking and washing dishes while I watch YouTube or unable to stop whatever you're doing to draw or paint, that's okay. You can imagine what you'd create, and then when you have time, put it down on paper. When I was on my walk reflecting on today's theme, I was reminded about how I used to love self assessment quizzes in the various magazines I read during my tweendom and into my early 20s. Whether the quizzes were about your quote unquote perfect match or what kind of friend you were, your workout style, and beyond, I always had fun reading through the choices I could pick from and seeing how I scored at the end. Even though most of the time I felt like I wasn't really fully one response or another, but somewhere in between. I'm sure you can relate. So clearly, this was a sign that I was going to become a therapist, or at least to me, that feels clear. I felt like even the superfluous quizzes were like little treasures of understanding yourself better. And while I've never made this connection before, in some ways, this experience from my childhood has like 100% influenced this show because I hope that Live Radiantly helps you to understand yourself and others better, even if this isn't a quiz show, although might be an interesting format. So let's dig into today's theme, the personality trait spectrum that includes, once again, introversion, extroversion, omniverts, and ambiverts. Before we get into the specifics, I want you to keep in mind that we've all been shaped by our life experiences, our programming, the the influence of our generation. So therefore, there might be certain traits or qualities that feel more authentically you versus the ones that you felt like you had to adopt in order to fit in, be successful, and more. So as you listen to this program and the guided meditation at the end, I encourage you to remain open to what you resonate with related to the different descriptions I'm about to share. Notice if you want to cultivate more of something, what feels like a genuine reflection of who you are, and whether or not there's a mask that you've had to wear because it suited your situation and circumstances. You may find that you're ready to discard that mask and figure out how to adapt without abandoning yourself. This is important because being aware of different personality types helps to normalize our differences, build stronger relationships, guide your decisions about what kind of work, hobbies, environments suit you best, and help you to have insight about why people behave the way they do, which can give us better information to work with. Extroverts, as you may already know, are known for being outgoing and expressive. They recharge their energy by being with people in lively environments. Extroverts are comfortable at sharing their thoughts and feelings openly. They're adventurous, flexible, and often adapt their behavior depending upon the situation. Social situations help them process their ideas and feel inspiration. Introverts, on the other hand, are known for being reflective. They recharge their energy by being by themselves in quiet environments. Introverts prefer small groups and deep conversation over small talk, as large groups tend to drain them, as well as small talk. Introverts notice small details that others might miss. They are independent, motivated, enjoy personal growth, and like to plan and approach challenges deliberately when they can. Ambiverts, I don't know if the background noise, let me just close my thing. Hold on. It's a little noisy outside today. Okay, ambiverts are known for being balanced and adaptable, a blend of introversion and extroversion. They're known for being even keeled. They recharge by listening to what they need from one day to the next. Sometimes it's with others, other times they recharge by themselves. Ambiverts feel confident with their social skills, and they're also very relaxed when they're on their own, which would be harder for extroverts. Ambiverts feel comfortable. Oh, I've already said that. Okay, they're good listeners who can actively contribute to conversations. Their flexibility allows them to engage naturally with many types of people and situations. Omniverts are similar to ambiverts in that they embrace both introversion and extroversion, but not necessarily in a balanced way. They tend to be more all in. Either their extroverted side is fully out, large and in charge, or their introverted side is on display and they need to retreat to recharge. So they recharge based on what version of themselves is strongest in that moment. This makes it harder for them and the people around them to predict or plan because they can vary from one extreme to the next in ways that are not always anticipated. Despite these challenges, omniverts are very unique in the way they can fully adapt to the full expression of extroverts and introverts. So as you listen to these descriptions, imagine what your self-assessment quiz score would be if you found it in a magazine. And how would the description of your trait improve your understanding of your needs and how to meet them. It always helps when your intervention matches the situation and your personality. If this theme is resonating for you, take a moment to acknowledge what's coming up. This week's art therapy experiential is going to help you explore. But before we dive in, let's talk a little bit more about how art therapy works. So now, if you were on the radio show, I'd be reminding listeners that they're tuned into WMPG, blah, blah, blah. So for today's art therapy info session, we're going to talk about the influence music has on your health and well-being. The resonance of music, aka the way music can match the energy you feel inside, is very special. And you might even consider how your tastes in music reflect your personality and what you need. But if this is your very first time seeing this show, trying art therapy, I want you to know that you do not need to be an artist to benefit from this practice. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Essentially, art therapy is a type of communication that uses color, shape, and form to tell your story. The most important thing to know is that this is a practice of trusting what your creative instinct wants you to do. So if you feel a little nervous, know that it gets better as you practice. So think of all the times in which music has met you exactly where you were at, how it matched the tone of your energy and feelings, how the sounds of the composition could soothe your jagged edges, how the words of the singers and songwriters felt as if they were peering into your soul and they got you, and you felt so seen and understood. When I'm sitting down for an art therapy session, I often select music that helps me feel into whatever it is I need to explore. It makes the process more effective by helping me feel more connected to the flow that ultimately thoughts, feelings, and emotions have when we learn to experience them with more ease and grace. So you might want to contemplate making different kinds of set lists in advance that help you connect with your thoughts and feelings. Perhaps it's moody music to put you in touch with your sadness, hard-hitting music to discharge your anger, soft music to soothe your nerves for whatever reason, it's what came out of my mouth, or music that has uplifting lyrics that helps you believe in yourself. In fact, you can score bonus points if you take lyrics that you love and make poetry that reflects what you need. Give it a try and let me know how it goes. That's one of my favorite things to do. Ultimately, music and art therapy are tools that can help you step into the story you need to tell to better discern what's right for you. As with everything in life, the more you practice using art therapy as a way to communicate, the easier it gets. So at this point in the radio show, I would put on a song so that listeners could get ready to do the art therapy experiential. If you want to try it live, hit pause, but then come back. And I'm going to take a sip of water. Okay, welcome back. You're watching Live Radiantly on YouTube. My name is Stephanie. In the second half of the show, I'm inviting you to try art therapy, whether that's on paper or using your imagination. I'll guide you through a meditation that will help you explore today's theme. Once this is complete, I'll put on a song. Well, actually, I won't, but you could put on a song so that you can continue to draw or imagine how today's theme of extroverts, introverts, and everything in between is showing up for you right here, right now. Whatever comes up is what you're going to draw or visualize, so trust your instinct. Just before the show ends, I'll be back with guidance on where to go from here and an invitation. So today's guided meditation is a journey in which you will be, or hopefully, fully recharged in a way that suits your personality best, And then you'll learn from those around you. If you are in a place where you can soften or close your eyes, please do so. This will help you get in touch with yourself. If you're not able to do this, get as comfortable as you can. Take a deep breath in and out. See yourself leaning back in the most comfortable relaxation chair. A chair that enables you to feel as if you are floating in space. Every inch of your body is gently and supportively comforted by this chair. As your aches, pains, and fatigue wash away, you notice a screen that pops up to immerse you in the most perfect scene for your personality type. This is your recharge mode. If you identify as extroverted, you see yourself actively engaging with a group of people on an adventure, working together towards a common goal, one that sparks and recharges everyone's batteries. Because for you, your energy restores best in community with others. If you identify as introverted, you're seen as one of solitude, in which you are in the most quiet and relaxing environment, the best kind that you could ever imagine. Trust what inspires you. This is a place where you can fully disconnect from the busyness of the world and immerse yourself in the best company, yourself. If you identify as a mix of introverted and extroverted qualities, choose the scene that suits you best right here, right now. Enjoy being in an environment that recharges you as if you were a cell phone battery. Notice how you're being refreshed and restored. And see that your battery level, the meter, is going higher and higher because you are treating yourself to the best environment created just for you so that you can recharge your energy, so that you can feel fully refreshed. Observe how this influences your body, mind, and spirit. Trust whatever comes up for you. As you notice your battery meter hitting 100%, you realize that new people have arrived. Those with whom maybe you don't share so much in common. And even if you feel some discomfort, you recognize that you are a work in progress and that this is an opportunity for you to learn, to heal, to grow by being open towards these individuals who are different from you. As you open your mind, your body, your spirit to this experience, you realize how safe it is to be open, because that helps you to be more loving, more kind, and more accepting of who you are and those you care about. You begin to notice that the qualities that you feel are gifts from your personality and the quirks and challenges that come with it, they want to learn from the people who have arrived. And you can sense how this is also the wish of the new arrivals. Together exploring through an energy exchange between you and the individuals who are quite different from you. And you see that this energy exchange helps you both benefit, because when you're open to learning and growing from one another, you feel how this enhances your well-being, your skill set, and this mutual reciprocity, this collaboration serves you, the others, and the collective, for we are always stronger together. Take a breath in and out. Feel the support of the surface beneath you, bringing you back to the here and now. Tune into your experience and the intuitive knowledge that has surfaced during this meditation. If nothing comes to mind, allow that to be your experience today. The messages might come to you as you use art therapy to represent what you experience during this visualization. When you feel really connected to your experience, begin or continue to use creativity to reflect what happened on paper or in your imagination. Your creation may want to be abstract or lifelike. Trust your instinct as to what color, shape, and form it wants to be. Enjoy creating and reflecting with this song. Well, I'm not playing the song, but if you want to create before you hear the end part, hit pause, but then come back. So typically I would play a song for the radio show listeners. I'll take one more sip of water while you make your decision. If you're just tuning in, you're catching the tail end of the Live Radiantly show. I've just guided watchers through a live art therapy experiential, which you can benefit from once this episode is live under the podcast archives. Or in this sense, you would be looking at my Substack if you wanted to hear the audio version. If you've just come through the experiential with me, congratulations, you did it. You may need more time to explore, and I hope you give yourself the time you deserve. Now give your creation a title, whatever it is, the very first thing that comes to mind. Often this brings additional awareness and insight. Write it down or mentally note what it is. I'd love to leave you today with a quote from a philosopher and engineer whose name is P.S. Jagadish Kumar. Hopefully I'm saying your name right, because he sums it up nicely why many of us are so curious about personality traits. He said, "Your character apprises the world with your actions. Your personality surprises the world with your reactions. May it serve you well as you contemplate today's theme." I invite you to be in touch with me. I love connecting with listeners. So if you go to my profile on YouTube, you can find all the ways to be in touch with me, including going to my website and hitting like the email icon. Before we say goodbye, let's take a moment to breathe in what we created together. Yes. Do you feel a shift inside? May this experience continue to reverberate throughout your day. Until we meet again, I invite you to spark your curiosity and tune into your creativity so that you can live radiantly. Please join me weekly on YouTube, unless I've taken the week off from the radio show, and then you won't have a video. But most weeks you'll have a video on Thursdays. From my heart to yours, I hope you have a beautiful day.